Hello to anyone who's actually watching this. I apologize. I had originally wanted to do this once a week, but that's not going to happen. This time, though, I want to address something a bit more somber. And you're thinking, well, everything has been somber the last few weeks. Yes, it has. And that's why I want to take a little time here. I don't think this is going to be a long one, but the word for the day is hope. Let us not forget that we do have hope. This isn't it. This isn't all. This life here. This is not it. And we do have a grand, wonderful hope. In light of losing two very special people in the last few weeks, one was a little more publicized than the other, but no less greater. I grew up with James Dobson. He was with Focus on the Family for a while, and this man, for decades, has been an advocate for all things Bible, politically, everything. So the world is going to miss Dr. James Dobson. I have been pondering, remembering him, and then shortly after that, of course, we know that Mr. Charlie Kirk was taken from us. He was taken. Dr. James Dobson passed away. He was 80-something years old, and he lived a full life, so it's a little bit different. Charlie Kirk was awful. He wasn't awful. His murder was awful. So I've been pondering on that. I know we've had a few things to think about, but those guys, I'm kind of jealous of them because they're with Jesus now. You know, the Bible, the Apostle Paul in the Bible, he had said that this is my paraphrase, of course, but he actually wanted to leave and go ahead and go be with the Lord, but he knew there was things to do here. And I think in a way we may all feel that way to some extent. But I just wanted to remind everyone, anyone who's listening to these things, that we do have hope. We seriously, really do have a hope that we need not forget. It is very easy to get caught up in the junk, all the crap, really. It can get you down. It can get you depressed. Disturbing. Charlie Kirk's murder just had my stomach. It's disturbing. What's happening with Israel is disturbing. I mean, the world is disturbing, and if we let it, it can really take a toll on us. So I just want to encourage anyone that does listen to me that let us remember our hope. So today I want to talk a little bit about it. And first of all, we do have it. You can be 100% sure that we do have it. Is it some fairy tale? Is it some, well, if you believe in that kind of thing, or if, there's not really any proof, or I don't know. Well, if that's what you want to think, well, I don't know what to tell you. The Newsboys had a lyric back in the day in one of their songs. Those of you without the Lord, how do you cope? It's a good question. And for people who don't believe in anything, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was saying that the atheists who don't believe in anything, that's got to be the dumbest thing. No offense. Well, kind of. But, even if you believe in Allah or something, there's something there. It's just too much to just ignore that there's something there. So anyway, I believe in Jehovah and in Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And I'm going to go into some of this stuff in some other videos that I'm going to do. But today, I'm going to try to stick to the topic. I'm actually going to write a third book. So let me do some plugs for my books here. Seeking Emmanuel is already out. It was released last year, and it's a short Christmas book. about the wise men who went to visit Jesus. And then the second book is going to be, well, it's an extension of that story. I'm not going to tell you anything about that because you're going to read it, right? So the third book is, it's the Seeking series is what I'm labeling it, marketing it as, the Seeking series. So we have Seeking Emmanuel. Part 2 is still Seeking Emmanuel. And then the third book, which is really, has nothing really to do with that storyline per se. But anyway, it is Seeking Eternity. And there will be a fourth one, but oh goodness, I'm getting ahead of myself. So Seeking Eternity is just going to be, I don't think anybody has done a specific story about the wise men. I don't think anybody has done a story about eternity. I know C.S. Lewis had The Great Divorce, and that was kind of a little bit about when he thought, well, you know, if anybody, for those of you that's read that, the guy goes through a sort of a tour of heaven and hell, and that's C.S. Lewis was great. I love C.S. Lewis, but that's not what this is. So this is I'm taking everything that we know in the Bible. And we don't have any specifics. The Bible does say that eye has not seen and ear has not heard. Sometimes I say eye has not heard and ear has not seen, but that's not how it goes. So eye has not seen, ear has not heard, and it has not even entered into the heart or the mind of man the things that God has in store for us. And that alone should just excite you. It's going to be so great. You couldn't even write it down. Our minds, our puny little finite minds cannot handle it. It's going to be great. For starters, we're going to have new bodies. Our bodies are going to be changed. And what's that going to be like? Well, we know there's not going to be any pain. We know our bodies are going to be eternal bodies. They're not going to be destructible, you know, like the ones we have now. We're not going to get sick. You know, we're not going to have cancer. Or any kind of illness. If I wonder if we hit our toe, if it's going to hurt. I don't know, but if it's going to be great. The whole thing is just it's going to be great. No sniffles, no allergies, you people, no allergies. So I can't even imagine. Sometimes I try to get my head around having a body that it's just going to be perfect, you know. So I'll be able to beat you up, and it won't matter. You know, you can punch me back, won't matter. So new bodies, a new earth. This is the words fail us. We just can't imagine a new earth, new heavens and a new earth, and the new earth is going to include a new Jerusalem. This new Jerusalem, you guys, look in the Bible. And I'm not going to tell you too much, you know, from a book here. I haven't even written the whole thing, but it's still right here. So, but the new Jerusalem is going to be, if my memory serves me right, I think it's 1,500, it might be like 1,200. 1,500 miles long, 1,500 miles wide, and get this, 1,500 miles tall. So it's about 1,000 miles from here, Mineola, Texas, to like Columbus, Ohio. Probably a little more than 1,000 miles. So this is going to be a city. I had imagined that the new Earth will have to be much bigger, just because of that, for one thing. But for another, all of the people from times past are going to have to, and I don't think we're going to be crowded. I'm not going to be, you know, we're going to have some of this is my imagination. This is why I'm writing a book. So, so let's move on. So, we will be reunited with everyone. So, for those of you who've had mixed families and stepmoms and stepdads, and for those of you who've been married, you know, my dad's first wife died, and my mom was his second wife. So, you think, well, it's going to be awkward. No. It's not. I don't imagine that at all. I think because Jesus said there's not going to be marrying and there's none of that's going to be even happening up there. You know, there's a part in the Bible when they asked Jesus, well, talking about that, it was this got married 7 times. And then Jesus said, again, this is my paraphrase, this is not King James. He said, there's not going to be marriage. I said up there a minute ago, where eternity is going to be here. Up there, we always refer to heaven, up there. Eternity is going to be on the new earth. Which actually technically is not going to be here, because here is going to be gone and the new earth is going to be there. So, sorry. Okay. So, the point is, things that we think about now, it's going to be so silly. And now I'm not saying people dying are silly. I mean just the petty things that we think about now. And I believe we're going to find out that most things that we think about are petty, trivial. You know, in my book, if we're there a million years, this is eternity we're talking about, folks. This is eternity. Billion, trillion, what goes after that? A zillion years, eons. Far, far, far into the future. And guess what? We're not going to have backaches because we're getting old. Oh, none of that. We're not going to be losing our memory. Oh, Grandpa and Grandma is going to be sharp as ever. So are we. And so is Moses. And Abraham. And Peter and Paul. And John. And we're all going to be I love trying to imagine what eternity will be like. And here's the thing. Here's the most, I think, the most important of them all. Eternity is going to be with our Savior. The one who made it possible. We made it impossible. Then he turns back around and makes it possible again. And I also think, again, this is just my little hunch here, I don't know, but I believe that this new earth might be something like the original earth that God created in the first place, before Adam and Eve screwed everything up. We would have done the same thing, but before man and woman screwed everything up. It was a paradise. It was the Garden of Eden. It was just perfect. And Satan will be defeated, so he won't be there. He won't be around to mess things up again. And we will be perfect. Our bodies will be perfect. And we can dwell on this so long. So I would encourage you to dwell on this. Don't dwell on what your neighbor did to you, what your brother or sister, the person that cut you off, your coworker, your that person at church, and the people are childish. You're childish. I'm childish. We're all childish in some ways, So I'm hoping that we're trying to work on our childishness and be better. And if somebody's not, and you see, those people don't even care. So what? It's between them and God. Don't spend your time. It ain't gonna bother them that you're spending your time. What am I gonna do to them? They don't care. So focus on you. I don't mean that selfishly. I mean focus on becoming a better person. And focus on, here's a final thought. This goes right along with what I'm saying here. The Bible does tell us, the verse, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of good report, whatsoever, and it has several whatsoever things. And they're all great, beautiful things, good things. And one of those things is what we know as, what the Christian doctrine or whatever knows as, or is called our blessed hope. Folks, this is going to be wonderful. So let's not screw it up here. Let's give it our best shot here. You only get one shot. And when you're getting depressed, excuse me, when you're getting depressed or you're getting angry at those people, whoever they are, that's really bothering you right now. Think, what is pure? What is lovely? Let's think on this thing. Lord, help me to have the mind of Christ. The Bible also tells us the mind of Christ. How did Christ think? What was his way of thinking? When you have these thoughts, I have these thoughts sometimes of before, and it just comes into your brain, and you think, oh my goodness, I wish these thoughts would, and then you think about something else, hopefully. But sometimes I pray that, God, I wish you would just, is there a way we can allow these thoughts not to enter my head in the first place? That'd be great. But even so, you can start thinking about whatever is pure and whatever is lovely, whatever is of good report. I don't know all of them, but it's in Philippians. Go look it up. And then think on those things. We have a blessed hope, and this video was not very short. So I apologize, but not really. So you guys, if you have any questions, and as always, subscribe and like and leave some comments. If you have something that you want to discuss, then leave it in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.